All righty. Welcome back. Green Light Gazette episode 31. We're back with the same crew from last episode, guys. How we doing? This is actually being recorded a mere 30 seconds after the last one, so I hope everybody's still
I'm actually
well.
better than I was before, so
feeling great.
Good. All right. So remember, we're on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and Substack. Follow on Instagram at Green Light Gazette. But today we're doing a little fun segment. We're going college football is better when. And I'm sure some people are going to have some interesting takes. At least that's what it sounds like. And then we're going to go quickly after that into our top 5 CFP players, including everybody's Heisman pick. Without further ado, let's get right into this. College football is better when segment. Does anybody feel passionate that they really want to lead with one here?
I got one.
All right, Pat.
I don't know how hot of a take this is. I don't think it's hot at all, but college football is better when players can't transfer to 4 schools in 4 different years. Like, I'm a big fan. Like, I get the transfer portal. Like, I'm fine with one transfer, but I'm a big fan of, like, knowing your players year in and year out and, like, having guys stick with the program couple 2, 3, 4 years. You get to know them, see them develop. It sucks with all this roster turnover. You got a new QB every year. You got a new new coaches. It sucks to watch. I don't know if anyone disagrees with that, but I'm a big fan of, like, you recruit a guy out of high school, you get to follow him till he goes pro. Like, I really like that.
I agree with you on the point that it's tough to watch.
Take.
Like, it is nice to be able to watch your players for a couple of years, and when there's that much roster turnover.
I feel like if you're, like, a mid-major fan, too, if you've got, like, a stud as a freshman, like, you're going to lose him. You don't get to see him as you once did for 3 years, and maybe your team can make a run and build the program around him.
Yeah, and my problem is college football is turning into the Premier League, right? Like, if you're a mid-major, now you're just Brentford. Now you're selling Embuemo and Wissa and Ivan Toney, and you never get to keep any good players. If you're Villa, you don't get to keep Morgan Rodgers because Chelsea just comes and throws $156 million at you, and you're not going to say no to that. Except,
yeah.
I guess in college it's worse because your actual team isn't getting compensated for losing their players. So I think it's brutal. I really agree. I think
I understand like both sides of it. Like, I understand the player's perspective of wanting to move and stuff like that, but like you can also see how it kind of backfires, and it's kind of funny when it backfires. Like, for example, Dylan Raiola. Like, it was kind of funny seeing him transfer there and then he's not going to play. Like, he's still getting paid, which is like whatever for him. But like I did like it better when you, like, the guys you'd transfer and you had to wait a year. Like, you had to sit out for a year, and then like I just thought it was if you wanted to transfer, like, you picked the school you picked at the start. If you wanted to transfer, you had to, like, kind of sacrifice a year because you didn't make the right pick. You had to sacrifice it. Like, you're changing your, like, I just like that a lot better. I think that people are too easy to just, oh, I'm not going to start, I'm leaving, kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess I'll come over the top here. I said CFP is better when, and hear me out here, when players are getting paid and when the transfer portal is the way it is, because this is the only way. It's a necessary evil. It's the only way that you're ever going to find order in college football. Is things have to go so far off the rails that, and I think we're already seeing that with NFL players now returning to college. I think, and you see local judges granting Trinidad Chambliss a 6th year of college sports. I think it's great that things are going as bad as they are, because that means it's inevitable that there's going to be an overhaul in the system. And I get it, right? I think players absolutely deserve to get paid, right? I think it was a sham that the NCAA made billions of dollars off guys like Reggie Bush, and it's a crime that they can't be compensated for that. But I think we're in a time of a necessary evil where you need things just to go horribly wrong so we can finally have order in this world.
I actually think the players shouldn't be paid. I don't think that. I thought it was better when they weren't getting paid and they were playing for the love of the game in the hopes that they would get paid in the future. I think that it's stupid that, like, these guys are getting like $10s million to be a quarterback, and like there's no guarantee that they're going to be good.
You
And
can just
then
say
if they're
Bryce
not,
Underwood's name if you're gonna say that. We could just name names. You
but
don't
like
have to be
it's just like when they were playing back in the day, like college football back in like 2016, like everyone was like they were doing it because they wanted the shot at the next level kind of thing, and then they would get paid. And now everyone's just playing for the money, and it's ruining the game I love.
I agree. I agree with that take. I love that take.
How I feel like you gotta pay
No,
these guys. They're
I'm
making
fine.
all this money.
They're
I
getting a
get,
free education.
They generate so much revenue though, specifically football for the schools. Like they should be getting some of that back. But I think you need a cap NIL. Like each team should have like maybe that's another take, but each team should like have a maximum that they can go to, and maybe there's like a minimum. It's like a salary cap or something. So you don't have like LSU and Lane Kiffin spending like $100 million in 2 years just building like the most insane team you've ever seen.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like things have to go as bad as they are so we can get some form of order in the means of salary caps or some way that balances out every conference and every team because it's a disaster. But you got to pay your players. Like
No, they never should have started it. They can't go back now. They never should have started it. If
you know,
they
you sound like John Edwards.
I agree.
I think your dad's rubbing off.
I agree.
This is something
I kind of
like
like take here.
I think it's a good take. I think that like they should get paid if they are good enough to make it to the next level. They shouldn't get paid now.
They were technically getting like $300,000 for a free education too.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
I have a take that kind of piggybacks off this, and it's about Dabo Sweeney, however the hell you say it.
Sweeney. That's a first.
And college football is better when Clemson is good. Everyone loves to hate Dabo. He's a whiny baby in his press conference talking about the transfer portal, how every team was using it, getting better. He refused to because he's the higher power. And I think when Clemson's good, you have the ACC's backup, then it becomes like a power 3 with the Big Ten and the SEC. I think college football needs Clemson to get back to where they were with Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson in college, and I think it's best for the sport.
I agree. Clemson is a staple in college football. There's no argument around it. Like I get maybe that's just for our age, like they were so good at our age. But like when I think of college football, like Clemson is one of the teams you think of.
I think I have to agree. And it's like I think you can say that about a lot of teams. Like I don't know about you guys, but like
I have a few teams that I have that.
Okay, fair. I'll let you go into that. But I think Clemson's definitely one of them. I love hating on Dabo. I think that guy sucks. It just sucks because you're right. He's not going to be in the limelight anymore. Like they have no reason. I mean, hey, if they beat Lane Kiffin in week 1, like maybe
that would be awesome. I would love that. I would love that.
But also, right, for all my BC fans listening, you should want ACC teams to be good because that just means more money for Boston College being in the ACC. So when Clemson's as good as they were in the past, you should want that because that means just millions of dollars in revenue that BC's earning for absolutely doing nothing. And quite frankly, they shouldn't be allowed to touch that money, but they will be. So yes, I think Clemson needs to revive. Will they come back? I don't know.
I have 2 other teams that they're both in the ACC, and that would make ACC a powerhouse. But college football is better when A, Florida State is really good, and also B, back when Stanford was a powerhouse back in the day, like that was elite football. Like when Stanford like Rose Bowl games, like those were awesome.
I gotta agree.
If they were good and Florida State was good and Clemson was good, like that would be a very good conference. Will it happen? No. But it would be cool.
And I think that can be said a lot. Like I love Florida State. I love Stanford. I think I like when Auburn is good. I like when Baylor is good.
Baylor doesn't do it for me.
Really? Yeah, you don't
Those
miss the good old
jerseys
days.
suck.
I'm more thinking of Baylor in college basketball.
Come on, the good old days of Baylor. I mean,
they had that whole scandal with Art Briles.
Pat, what do you got here? Bring one to the table.
I'm gonna skip over my second one, similar to my first. It's not a hot take either. It's college football is better when you don't have 6-year seniors playing. Like I don't know if you guys remember the guy. He never played, but I think he was on Miami last year or one of those teams. and he was on his like 9th year in college. He was like
Yeah,
26.
the tight end.
Yeah, the tight end, because he like tore his ACL 3 times. He COVID year, like 5th, whatever. And it's like you have 18-year-olds playing against guys that are like 25. Like that's not college football. It's better. You got 4 years, maybe 5. Like if you have a really bad injury, like we'll give you a 5th year, whatever. Cut it at that. If you go pro, you go pro. You're not coming back. Same thing with college basketball. Like I don't want anyone playing in preseason games coming back to college football the next year. Like
It's like
that is.
It's like, what's his name at Chaz Baker Mazzaro?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he was so bad too. Like, how is he?
He was terrible.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, at the end of the day, it's college athletics. They did introduce the thing though that the 5 years, right? It's like once you enroll in your first college or once you turn 19, you have a 5-year clock, and then whatever ends first is done.
Yeah,
which is, I think, again, like it has to happen, because even like there's the Miami guy you're talking about. If anybody remembers the middle linebacker who was getting his doctorate at Northern Illinois because he was in his 9th year of college football, and it's just ridiculous. And he was like 27 or something. It was just like, it's got to go. Like
Clemson had a guy who worked on Wall Street quit his job to come back and play college football.
For the love of the game, I'm gonna go in a John Edwards take here. This is when me and Max were growing up. His dad used to root for the teams that he thought went to class. So I'm gonna say college football is better when high academic schools are good. We already touched on this one. When Stanford's good, when Boston College is good.
No, I wouldn't go that.
When Boston College is good, when Stanford's good. I liked when Vanderbilt was good because I think I don't know if Vanderbilt.
I don't like Diego Pop.
They don't go to class.
I'd love to see Northwestern kind of rise to where they were in the past.
Hey, they got Chip Kelly now.
We're good. We're good off Chip Kelly, but I like when high academic schools are good. I like in the FCS when Yale almost won the Natty last year. Like if when the guys go to class and they're in school for the right reasons, I think it's hard not to root for them, in my opinion.
But do they really? Like that's a John Edwards classic. Like, do they really go to class and hoe?
Yeah, but I'm gonna believe they do, and I'm gonna believe they go to more class than.
Dude, I was watching
institutions.
I saw a clip. I forget who it was. They were like, the reporter was like, "So, like, what are your classes like this semester?" He's like, "Oh, I have one." And they was like, "What?" He goes,
"Oh, it's Josh Hoover."
Yeah,
Indiana's not an academic institution.
He goes, "Yeah, it's online. It's online, and we haven't picked what it is yet, but it's going to be online."
Did you guys see the Trinidad Chambliss thing? I think he's taking. What? I saw something that said he isn't taking a single class and he's like interning at a golf course.
Yeah.
I did see that. Yeah.
That's last year. Carson Beck hadn't taken classes for 2 years leading up to that Natty run, and he just wasn't in school. He just was at the school, and that's absolutely ridiculous. So you got to root for Boston College to be good again, because I mean, the BC guys that go.
You see those guys in class ever?
I was partnered with a couple of them in philosophy of the person too.
Luke, you're gonna be
about.
You're gonna learn this year, right?
I am.
Come back to us and tell me how many times they went to class.
I signed a confidentiality agreement. I can't leak things like that. But we all know they go to class. So let's not joke ourselves. Okay, so college football is better when teams like Boston College are good. And end of my point there.
All right.
Jake,
well, I'll rip off my second one. It's kind of a homer take a little bit for UMass since they joined the MAC. But college football is better when midweek action starts.
Yeah.
These are the dumbest games ever. They're on at like Tuesday at like 7. You get home from your late night class, you sit down, have some wings, and watch Ball State versus Bowling Green pump the ball into each other's backsides the whole game. UMass famously last year let up fireworks when they scored a field goal to go down 35-3.
45.
Even worse. It's just it's perfect. Baseball's done. It's the middle of November. Nothing else is on at night. And just sitting down Tuesday, Wednesday night action. The whole world's watching.
Those are fun to watch. They're even better to go to. That was electric. Jake, remember Remember we won the hanger giveaway and we were there. It
And
was
fun
electric.
fact, I'll shout myself out. I kicked field goals during one of the timeouts of a Maction game. Went 2 for 3. So just
For
love
kicking
the
kicking from
event.
where? Kicking from where?
I think he was from the
20
40.
The 40?
Well, yeah, the
No.
opposite 20, the opposite 30, and the opposite 40. They were like 8. No, they were a 20-yard, a 25-yard, and a 30-yard field goal.
All right, that's
So,
respect. That's
but
respect.
Maction's
I mean,
the best. It's the best.
Good take.
yeah, that's a beautiful take. There's literally nothing else going on. And then I love it too, because like when you go to schools like Akron or like Buffalo, because they're on the MAC, they have like the track going around the field. So it just looks like you're watching high school football. And it's kind of like the skill equivalent to high school football, just on like a Wednesday night. And it's absolutely perfect. It's some of the weirdest football you will ever watch. But half the time it's also cinema. Like the Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan game was a banger last year, like down to the wire. So I love
Well,
that.
it's also like a lot of those teams, like the people watching those games probably care more about another team than the actual team. So when it gets to Saturday, they don't have to worry about their team. They can just watch other games.
Maybe I'll adopt a MAC team. Maybe I'll start like rooting for UMass on the
You
side,
should.
just for the fun of
You
it.
you did grow up 10 minutes away from the stadium, so you probably should.
You mean the junkyard,
The junkyard,
as it's famously called, the
Missouri.
junkyard.
Yeah.
I go
I'll-
off, or go ahead. No.
I said my next one was the college football is better when Big Ten teams are winning the national championship.
Ugh,
Yeah.
gross.
Easy.
I think that
easy.
it's just like when you think about college football, you think of gritty, hard-nosed football, and you think of the Big Ten hanging the banners, holding up the trophy.
13-10, snow on the field,
Yep.
run the ball,
Perfect.
exactly.
Like
Ideal
they
football.
you know what they should do, because they should have these national championship games outdoors in New England, just so that everyone they get every atmosphere.
I don't know. Does the Big Ten deserve it though?
Huh?
No, they
There's too
don't.
many. There's just too many scandals going on in that conference for
Well,
me.
just-
There's
there's
one.
just
I
one
think there's
problem.
one. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I can think of multiple problems.
What are the
in
others?
Big Ten. We have pledges at Penn State
All right,
running
that's
a
not
coke
football.
ring, and
That's
and
not
we know
football.
the football team was getting NIL money from that coke. Everybody knows.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Let's not pretend like that wasn't happening. We got Michigan just going off the rails. You got Michigan State's coach in some funky stuff.
That was
We're
a
not
few
gonna
years
forget
ago.
about
That was like
That was a
6
few
years
years
ago,
ago.
man.
Northwestern.
We got the Northwestern stuff. That's
Jake,
a
we
little
already
weird.
told you that this was false information. Like, it didn't happen
Then why'd he get fired?
because they needed a scapegoat to cover it up.
What other weird stuff do we have going on in the Big Ten that I can't? I mean, Penn State's always got
Other
some
than
weird
winning
stuff
3
going
national
on.
championships in a row, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah. Beats me, man.
How many did the Spartans win out of those 3?
They had one back in '69.
Okay, so I mean,
Hey, the COVID year they were good too, right?
hey,
Could've been
Kenneth
nice.
Walker was supposed to win the Heisman that year.
By the
I
way,
should stand by that. Yeah, that
So
was
I have
that year.
another one that's coming up that's kind of regarding that, but the fact that he wasn't in the finalists for the Heisman voting that year is the most absurd thing I've ever seen. It was
Yeah, was
a
that
load of crap.
2020?
2021. And we would have been in the playoff if it was 12 teams back then.
Let me look up his.
It was the Eagle. What
That
Devontae
one.
Smith won it that year, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, 1,600 rushing yards, 18 touchdowns.
Not to mention a 5 touchdown game with like 150 yards against
How many
in the
fumbles?
biggest game of the year.
How many fumbles?
Yeah.
He didn't have many.
ESPN's,
wasn't-
of course,
He wasn't a
doesn't list
Ramondre
ESPN's.
Stevenson type.
Let
Where'd
me,
you go to
one-
college, Max?
Oklahoma.
Wow,
Correct.
ball knowledge.
Let's see.
I think he had 3.
Fumbles. Yeah, it says 3. I'm looking at 3 fumbles here, I believe. So, actually, no, he had 2.
Oh,
2 fumbles. Anyway, yeah, absolute sham. I thought he should have won the Heisman. As should Michigan State have gone to the college football playoff? Probably
Well,
not.
it wasn't 12. They didn't deserve it. If it was 12 teams, they would have.
But so what's your rationale behind this? Because Michigan State hasn't won one since 1969. So we just like the Big Ten. Just because we hate
It's
the
just
SEC
like
or
when
what?
you think of college football, you think of the Big 10. Like when you think of college
No.
basketball, I might lean towards the SEC or maybe even the
I
AC.
think
I would lean towards the
I think the
ACC.
ACC is college basketball,
Or maybe even the Big East, dude. The Big East is underrated. But
Italians.
college football is better when the Big East is a football conference again. We need to bring.
you sound like my dad now.
I think BC needs to go back to the Big East. I think
No, but I think
That's like
I just think
FCS
that
teams.
Yeah, I know. We should go to the FCS. I'm being dead serious.
I think
I guess
that
I'll go. Or go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna wrap up by saying that the SEC tries to glory hunt too much and claim too much, and I don't think they deserve it.
Just means more.
I'm gonna say, off the Maction thing here. I say college football is better when game day goes to G5 FCS schools and your
That's a bad take.
non-traditional
Terrible
schools.
take.
The best game days I've ever seen: Montana State, Montana, electric. The App State game day a couple years ago, nuts. The JMU game day from either last year, 2 years ago, absolutely nuts. We can go all the way back to 2018 when they came to Boston College, a ranked BC versus ranked Clemson. I mean, probably the rowdiest game day of all time.
What week were you guys ranked?
That was like week 6, maybe 5, 6, or 7. It was at BC. BC was, I think, 5-1, and Clemson was 6-0. And then they came to Alumni Stadium upon Chestnut Hill. And
Actually, the only BC football game I've ever been to is against Clemson my freshman year, so like your senior year of college. And me and Jerry went in there, and it was 30-0 at halftime, so we got out of there.
That's the BC of old. Okay, we're coming diffy this year. We'll see. But yeah, that's my take. I can't believe you don't agree with that. We don't like when game day goes to non-traditional schools.
No, because there's so many better games on that I'd rather see them at.
If you're telling me Montana State's not one of the best matchups in college football, I don't think you watch enough college football. Okay, well, I mean, I'm a little upset that nobody agrees with that, but we can continue.
All right. I guess I'll fire off my last one. You love them, you hate them, you watch. College football is better when Lane Kiffin gets a better job offer than the school he's currently at.
I like that.
It's kind of what did they leave him on the tarmac? What departure was that? The Tennessee?
I think that was
I thought
Alabama. I think it's Alabama when the OC job. But
and they just left him on the tarmac.
He leaves, schools burn down. Tennessee, Alabama, now Ole Miss. The
USC too, right?
Yeah, USC. This whole thing where he wouldn't let his coaches go, or he wanted his coaches to come with him and coach and not coach in the playoff. Otherwise, he wouldn't come with him at LSU. It is awesome. You have fans throwing stuff that on the field, golf balls are going at him, mustard bottles. It is just awesome. It's what makes college football great.
That game, you think that game will get that game's gonna get halted? The LSU Ole Miss one.
Oh,
is it? Wait,
things will be thrown on the field.
It is at Ole Miss.
So I think that game will genuinely take 4 hours because they're gonna have to keep stopping the game.
What week is it?
I don't know, but game day will be there. Thank God they
three.
won't be at Montana State. They'll be at a real.
Okay, I mean, you're not gonna.
It's week 3, so it's like both teams are going to be highly ranked.
You're not going to go to Montana State when this game's happening, but you can go anyway. Yeah.
He is just You love him, you hate him, you watch. He's what college football is all about. Just scandals and hatred and money and power hungriness. It's
chase and tail.
It was
insane.
September 29th, 2013, following USC's 62-41 loss to ASU.
Yeah.
Kiffin was tarmacked at 3:14 in the morning by the USC athletic director. I mean, do we think this guy? Do we think he's trolling? I kind of think he just.
I just don't think he gives.
I think he knows how funny he is. I think he knows he's funny, and he knows he can get away with stuff he doesn't.
And on game days, he goes and does yoga. It's just. He's the best. And he's one hell of a football coach. If he sucked, it wouldn't be as funny. But since he's just an awesome coach, it's amazing.
Luke, what are we
Interesting.
watching? What are we watching on Saturday, the September 19th? LSU, Ole Miss, or Michigan State, Notre Dame? Which game will we have on? Both
We're
at
gonna-
7:30.
We're gonna split screen because I genuinely would love to watch. I love watching Michigan State, but this LSU game is going to be like they're probably.
Said
I
no
think
one
they got to.
ever.
I think they're gonna have to get like the riot police involved at the Ole Miss game because I think there will be projectiles thrown into the LSU bench. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be probably the loudest stadium I think you've ever heard. Like maybe an exaggeration, but this is gonna be I think the coolest game of the year. Like hands down.
In 3 years, Lane Kiffin will be the head coach at Alabama, and LSU will burn.
Is that what you were going to say? Is that when you said
that
last
was my
episode?
hot take
That's
from
your
earlier.
your DeBoer replacement.
DeBoer will be gone, and Lane Kiffin will be the Alabama coach. He'll make 20-something a year. He'll leave LSU with like nothing left. They'll have to go get Orgeron or freaking Brian Kelly back.
Interesting. All right. Does anybody else have a CFP is better one, or do we want to go
I have
top five?
I have one more.
All right, go for it.
Well, I guess I have two more, but I'll pick one. I was gonna
No,
say
go for two.
that.
Go hit both of them. Go
Well,
both.
my first one is that college football is better when Gus Johnson is on the mic.
Yeah.
That guy is electric.
He's electric.
I
he?
hate Gus Johnson. I think
All right,
he's
that's a
overrated.
horrible
Gus
take.
And
Johnson.
I think the bit. I
Pat, they're
think it's
just Big Ten haters. They're Big Ten haters.
Maserati Mo.
He does too much. Like yeah, he's
You
got some
barbecue
iconic
chicken
calls.
back there, and
Like,
didn't find me.
That's a good one, but then half the time it's just him like tripping over his own words, just saying nonsense in like a weird high pitch
Yeah, and it's
voice.
electric.
It is not
It's
electric.
The
electric.
game's not about him. It's about what's
Yeah,
being
he-
played on the field.
He's doing too much.
No.
He's like Peter Drury in the Prem. Like everyone glazes him, but they're just both just like they love the attention. And then you got to take a back seat, man. I'm sorry.
And then my other one is that college football is better when the Heisman race is not only quarterbacks.
No,
Yeah.
It
No,
has running backs and wide
it's
receivers.
a quarterback award.
No, it's not.
give me defensive. Like when
Should
Hutch was
be.
involved, I love that.
No, that
Give
was
me-
should be a
bad. He
quarterback
shouldn't have been in
award.
there.
Why should it be a quarterback award?
No, yeah, it
It's
shouldn't
like
have been
the
Hutch, but anyone else.
Because you
Okay.
can't win without a quarterback.
Yes,
You
you
can win with. You
I
can
bet
win without a DN. You can win without a running.
I mean,
back. You can
Michigan
win
won a
without
couple
those.
games last year.
Hey, Bryce Underwood's good.
I think Indiana is going to lose their Heisman, and they're going to be slightly worse. And that's because
Well, 'cause
having a
they
quarterback is not that
restocked.
important. I think Georgia will be a top 4 team because their quarterback is probably below average, and it won't matter. I don't think quarterbacks are as important as people like to play them up as. I agree.
Yeah.
So then
It
Tom
should
Brady
be-
stinks.
Like Jeremiah Smith.
That is
the
just
best
not what
player
I
in the
said.
country.
Yeah, Jeremiah Smith is the best player in the country. But nobody
he-
said Tom Brady sucks.
But he's not gonna. Like. People aren't gonna talk about him for the Heisman as much because he's not a quarterback.
Exactly. Or like,
I'm trying to find Peyton Thorne's college stats to show Jake how much Kenneth Walker carried him and that he should have been in the Heisman conversation.
Who's better, Peyton Thorne or Connor Cook?
Rocky Lombardi.
I was gonna say Rocky Lombardi, 6th grade legend. Or no, maybe that's Connor Cook. in
I
6th grade.
hate how many Michigan State quarterbacks I know because of Maxwell.
Big Kirk
Because they're all
O'Chains.
elite.
Horrible.
Kirk O'Chains.
Brian Hoyer.
What a legend. He had. I guess honestly he didn't have that bad of a season actually. I'm kind of eating my words here. He had much better season than Bryce Underwood.
Yeah, Captain Underpants. All right, we're gonna go top 5 CFP players here. I'm starting hot. Absolute sleeper. Everybody will witness when the time is right. KP Price, 4th-year safety out of Boston College. This is year 4 at Boston College.
Wait, are we doing
You
top
can't
10 players yet?
Yes, this is our top 5
Okay.
players.
Wait. Just to be clear in this segment, top 5 players in all of college football.
Anyway, as I was saying, this
Our
is year
top
4
5
Boston
players
College.
in the Northeast.
Year 4 at Boston College, all ACC preseason team, 2nd team all ACC last year. He's played 38 games. He's started every game but one since his freshman year. Last year, he had 94 tackles, 65 solo tackles, 2 interceptions, 3 TFLs. The year before was 85, 51, 2 interceptions, 5 pass deflections, 2 TFLs. He is 6'2", 200 pounds. This dude flies over the field. He is the best safety in college football. He will go probably in the 2nd or 3rd round. If I have to guess, he's going to be like BC's like centerpiece this year, former 3-star. So he hasn't always been this good. And he goes under the radar just because, like, for the exact reason I hear people chuckling, it's just because BC is horrible. It's not his fault. He is a top 5 player in college football. He will be, I think he'll be an All-American this year. Obviously, All ACC. Like, he's getting drafted. This dude is the truth, like the truth.
Okay.
I don't know how to follow that, but I went with a real player for my top 5
Bryce
players. Number 5, I went Dylan Stewart, edge rusher for South Carolina. Think this guy's a freak. He's gonna get drafted very high. He's a monster. I don't know. Just I liked what I saw from him last year. I think he's the best edge rusher in the country. There's a couple guys I debated him with, but I think Dylan Stewart's top 5.
Yeah, I remember he was supposed to go to Ohio State, I think, out of high school. We didn't get him. I guess I can go next. I also have an edge rusher. I have Colin Simmons at 5. I know we talked earlier about him when we were talking about Texas, but as a true freshman, I think he was an All-American. If not, he was a freshman All-American.
He was, yes, true.
Yeah, I mean, the dude's a stud. He had 12 sacks last year. I remember in the Ohio State, I low-key thought he was overrated because when they played Ohio State, he didn't do much. But to be fair, like, no one played good in that game. And then he had a stellar season. I think he could have gone pro I think he's like Jeremiah Smith. I think he could have gone pro as a freshman. I mean, he's like a freak of nature. And I think he's like, I mean, you could argue him with Dylan Stewart. I think they're both very good. They're going to be 1 and 2 in the draft for DNs. I think both will be like, I don't know, top 10, top 15 picks. Yeah, that's why I have it 5.
At my 5, I have, he's not playing for the first few weeks, I don't think, but Ahmad Hardy, the running back out of Missouri, like, he's going to come back and he's going to be unreal, I think. Like, I don't know if you guys know, he got shot back in May, and he's, like, still coming back from that, but he's going to be so good when he comes back. He had an unreal year last year, and I think that, like, he's just going to have this chip on his shoulder when he gets back and just be an absolutely electric running back in the league.
Yeah, what did he lead in, like, yards per carry or I don't know.
It was something like
something good. I know he was very good.
He led the nation in yards after contact, led the Power 4 in rushing yards, and led the NCAA in forced missed tackles.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like yards after contact and forced missed tackles. Those are stats you can't really teach that. It's just like heart.
Yeah.
All right, I'm coming in hot here. The 4th best player, I think, in college football.
Dallas Elliott.
I got redshirt sophomore, Oklahoma State quarterback from North Texas, Drew Mestamaker.
There's no way.
This
Guy
dude
stinks.
That's so bad.
Dude, this dude chucked 4,400 yards, 34 tutties, 9 interceptions. His deep ball is NFL caliber. He's going now at Oklahoma State with Eric Morris, his
He was
former head
playing
coach.
like Rice. Like, he was playing nobody.
Okay, Ashton Jeanty played for Boise State in the Mountain West. And, I mean, like, Genty and everybody glazed him. Like, Drew Mestamaker's the truth. This is probably a top 3 quarterback in college football. You will all bear witness. This dude.
I want you guys all to know that back in, like, I think we were in 6th or 7th grade, that Luke had an Oklahoma State Under Armour backpack that he wore to school every day. So I think his bias is coming out.
Nike Elite backpack.
Sorry.
But nice try. Anyway, this dude's deep ball is absolutely insane. He's going to Oklahoma State. They have an easy schedule. Eric Morris is a very, air raid centric type of system. Just watch and learn. This dude is going to dominate the Big 12, probably be the best quarterback in the Big 12 this year.
All right. I'm going to go with CJ Carr. As we mentioned on the previous episode, I just think he's a future NFL perennial Pro Bowler. I think he's got all the tools to be what it takes to win in the NFL as well. And I think he'll be able to transport that into a great college season this year. And then I think Notre Dame's going to go very far, and to be on this list, you either have to be freak at what you're good at yourself or be able to carry your team, and I think he'll be able to carry his team.
All right, I got Malachi Tony at 4. We also talked about him. He's a freak, true freshman, over 100 receptions, over 1,000 yards. He's like the centerpiece of the Miami offense. He's probably going to get double teamed all year, but that'll just open up space for other guys on the team. I got him at 4. I'm excited to watch him play. I think he's one of the most electric players in college football.
He's still like 18 or 17 even.
He's a sophomore. Yeah, I think he joined the team when he was 17. He might have been 18 last year, and then he's probably like 19 this year.
Yeah, he's absolutely disgusting. Maxie?
For my 4th.
Yeah, it's nuts.
For my 4th, I'm going back to the running back position. It's kind of like weird that I have him. I guess the only reason I have Hardy behind him is because he's not coming back until September. But Kawan Lacey, like the same stats as Hardy, essentially. He's second in every stat that I mentioned: forced missed tackles, yards after contact, and rushing yards. But I think that an Ole Miss team is going to rely on him in Trinidad. They're going to have one of the best backfields in the nation, and I think that he's going to kind of carry that offense. I'm not too sold on Trinidad. I think he's good. I don't think he's that good, but I think he's going to have to carry a lot of that offense a lot of the year.
I like that. I'm going to go here coming at my 3. I think Cam Coleman, the Auburn transfer to Texas, is posed to be probably the second best receiver behind Jeremiah Smith at Auburn, right? Last year, 700 yards, 5 tutties. Year before, 600 yards, 8 tutties. That was with Peyton Thorne throwing to him. So you now give him a real O-line, just a real team. And you have Arch Manning just throwing absolute dimes to this dude. I think Cam Coleman, he'll be a Biletnikoff finalist. Obviously, I think Jeremiah Smith will still be better, but I think Cam Coleman will be Texas's best player, bar Arch Manning.
Yeah, that's my number 3 player as well, Cam Coleman. I think he's the best receiver, like I said on the last episode, in the country. I think he's better than Jeremiah Smith, and I think that connection with Arch will be very good and very strong.
Not better than Jeremiah Smith.
So we don't have Jeremiah in the top 5?
He's in my top 5.
It's not over yet.
Okay. At 3, I got Trinidad Chambliss. I think he's got the most potential to win the Heisman as a QB. I don't really necessarily like him because he's like a 5th or 6th year guy, but him and Lacey, I think, are going to be really good. Luke, you said earlier, he threw 3 interceptions, 20-something touchdowns.
So 22,
was 4,000 yards.
8 rushing tutties and like 500 rushing yards.
Yeah. And I like that he came from D2? He's a D2 guy too. It's kind of tough.
Yeah. Fair State.
Really?
Yeah. D2 powerhouse. They win. I think Fair State has like 12 D2.
Oh yeah, they are nasty, aren't they?
They just win it. They win it every single year.
At my 3, I have Leonard Moore. I'm not gonna act like I know like defensive stats very well because I don't read them that often. But like everything I've read about this guy and everything I've watched about this guy, like he is unreal at the cornerback position. I think he's gonna be really good for the Fighting Irish this year. I don't see like he's not gonna go up against many good receivers, so it's not gonna his stock is gonna keep going up. But I think he's gonna be very good again this year.
Yeah, I got Leonard Moore at 2. I also am not gonna act like I'm a defensive know everything about it, but I looked at he had the best PFF coverage grade in the country last year, first team All-American. Mentioned earlier, he doesn't get targeted. I think he got targeted on 12% of this either total snaps or something. He got targeted 33 times all year last year. Likely won't get targeted much this year, but that's a good thing as a DB. And yeah, just based off what I've read, it seems like he's definitely one of the best players in the country.
Yeah,
absolutely. My second best player in the country, BC transfer to Indiana, Turbo Richard. This dude is, I don't know why we're
the second best player in the country.
This dude will finish probably, he'll be a Heisman finalist. You can mark my words. He had 9 touchdowns, 700 rushing yards with a horrible Boston College O-line and team. He now goes to Indiana with Sig. This dude's going to rush for over 1,500 yards and probably have over 15 touchdowns when it is all said and done. I'm telling you, he is so good, but BC genuinely was so ass. We held him back. He is now going to one of the best teams in the country. He got a bag to go to Indiana, and I can promise you, you will not be laughing come like week 7 when this dude is just tearing up the Big Ten. You have my word.
But second best player, though.
Yes, second best player. Yes, he's the best running back in college football and the second best player in college football. Absolutely.
For my number 2, I don't think this guy's going to have a great pro career, but this is a college list. I think he's going to finish second in the Heisman. I think it's going to be Sam Leavitt. I just think in that LSU Lane Kiffin offense, he's going to be able to air it out. Lane Kiffin spread wide, goes tempo. He's going to have a lot of quick throws, a lot of yards after the catch. So his numbers can be inflated. And I just think he could push like 4,000 yards this year and 30 touchdown passes.
I did not know Lane Kiffin was your best friend.
I love Lane Kiffin.
This is news.
Jake likes all the guys that everyone hates.
I love Lane.
I think in every segment we've done in the past 2 episodes, you've mentioned Lane Kiffin like multiple times.
Deserves to be mentioned.
Fair enough.
At my number 2, I have CJ Carr. I think that he's going to lead the best team in the country throughout the year, and I think that he has shown all the weapons that he had last year. He had a really good year last year. I don't know the exact stats, but I think he's going to continue that this year. And I don't see any. I think he's the best quarterback. Will be the best quarterback in the nation this year.
Respectable. Pat, you give your 2?
Yeah, I get my 2. I was Leonard Moore.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right. I guess my 1, right? My Heisman. No surprise, it's Jeremiah Smith. 27 touchdowns in the past 2 years, 2,600 yards in the past 2 years. He's only gotten better, obviously. I think Sands, like we said, is going to hold him back, but he is still that good to the point where, like Maxwell said about, I forget who, but you just have to be a game manager if you're saying. You just got to be smart with the ball. You just got to find – Jeremiah Smith is literally always open, and this is the best – college football receiver probably since Devonta Smith, and I probably think he's going to be better when it's all said and done than Devonta Smith. I think he'll win the Heisman this year and then get drafted. I mean, depending on what team needs what, but this is probably the best college football player we've seen since the turn of the decade, in my opinion.
Yeah, I also have Jeremiah Smith at 1. I won't go too much into detail, but he's, as a junior this year, he's on pace to break literally.
I need the
Ohio
detail.
State.
No. Let's get the detail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, go into detail.
Ohio State receiving record, total yards, receptions, touchdowns, and think of all the Ohio State receivers. You got JSN, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Michael Thomas, Chris Carter, Emeka Egbuka.
Mm-hmm.
He's all these guys have these records, and he's going to break all of them he won't even play a senior year. So, I mean, he's just a stud. As you said, he's always open. If you watch the games, he might get double teamed. He's still always open. I'm sure they're going to scheme him up a lot this year too, because he doesn't really have freshman year. He was with Emeka Egbuka, hit Cardinal Tate as well. Sophomore year, Cardinal Tate last year. This year, there's not really a secondary. They have good receivers still, but there's not a secondary guy who's another first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
He had Marv as well. So, yeah, I mean, he's still going to be disgusting, but I'm kind of curious to see, he's number one. There's not really a 1-2 you have years past. How will teams play against Ohio? Will maybe play more of a decoy role? Who knows? But, yeah, still going to be great this year.
And you're going to see, it's going to be I swear it's going to be the Megatron clips you used to see where they will just double team him and then give him safety help the whole game, so he does not. He's got the same gravity. He's the offensive version with gravity of Leonard Moore. He literally occupies the entire team. Entire team's just game plan for this dude and only him.
Yeah,
and then they still have to worry about Bo Jackson and company. So best player in CFP.
For mine, unlike both his uncles, Arch Manning will win the Heisman this year. The team is loaded. They'll have a top 10 pick at left tackle, wide receiver, and quarterback. Best roster in the country. And Archer's the best quarterback in the last, I think you said 6 weeks last season, and he's only going to get better. It's a quarterback award, and the best quarterback will get it.
I'm waiting for this new Manning I saw on my Instagram the other day to come up because
Yeah.
Arch Manning is.
he
I'm
looks
done with
good
it.
too.
I'm done with Arch.
All right, what you got, Max?
My number one is also Jeremiah Smith, but I do not think that he's going to win the Heisman. Like, I have him as my best player, but I think they're going to give it to CJ Carr. Jeremiah, I mean, you guys said it all. Like, he's unbelievable. Like, he's the best player by far. I just don't think I think they like giving it to quarterbacks, and I'm high on Notre Dame. I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to place that future soon.
Place it while it's hot. Place it while it's hot. I mean, CJ Carr is going to shamelessly farm against his Group of 5 schedule until Miami, so it might be a little tough for Jeremiah Smith. But all right, that's all we have for episode 31. Thank you guys for coming on for back-to-back episodes. It's a huge help. We'll be getting into BC football as we move back to campus this week. So
KP
we'll
Price.
see you then. Shout out KP Price. Shout out Turbo Richards.
Top 5 player in the
really wish
country.
him the best. Yeah. BC, NFL talent factory. I mean, you could look at the Fish Fieldhouse. You could see the jerseys on the wall, right? Zay Flowers.
Quintavious Hutchins.
Quintavious Hutchins, you mean the guy that sealed the game-winning fumble last night with the Eagles?
New England.
Yeah, that's right. Quintavious
alleged court case.
A legend. Hey, you gotta ball out if you want to make the roster, man. So, all right, that is all we have. Remember, Apple, YouTube, Spotify, and Substack. You for now, and we'll see you for episode 32.